Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Joining me today is Steve Theisen. He is your DOT. Is it the project manager? Is it the
project communications manager?
Still got to get manager there.
Yes,
though.
yes. I manage the communications.
Whatever, you sure do. I'm just kidding. He's a good guy, and glad to have you here.
Thank you very much
on the show. Thank you for coming in. I know usually we catch you at the open houses, and
right.
Probably when you see us walk in, you're like, not again. TF.
It's okay. It's your help spreading the word, and certainly the viewers that watch this are staying informed, which is what we want.
We actually get some pretty good numbers on this video, so you're doing well with sharing it and getting the info out, and it's worked well.
Happy to help.
Can you believe we're coming to the tail end of this already?
It's hard to believe. We started in 2013, and we're already looking at 2 more construction seasons, 2019 and 2020, and that's
crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, we've got you here to talk about the shift that's coming up here. It's happening weather permitting, so let's just throw that out there right away. That our fingers are crossed, your fingers are crossed.
Very much so. There's a 30% chance of rain on Monday night, so we'll certainly hope for the best. Crews are putting the finishing touches on right now as we speak.
So let's go right into this. On Monday night, we've got 2 parts to this here. What's going on with the traffic shift?
Yeah, so on Monday night, Verona Road southbound traffic will shift onto the newly completed pavement on the west side of the highway. So a lot of the concrete pavement was just placed over the past couple of weeks, and so by Tuesday morning, we'll have southbound Verona Road traffic on those new interchange ramps. Still 2 lanes heading southbound out of Madison and out of Fitchburg. And then with that, we'll have the ability to work on the core of Verona Road from essentially Raymond Road south to PD McKee Road.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work in that area, and there's been a lot of work to be had, but crews moved along, getting those ramps and everything. There was a lot of rain last summer coming into this.
Right, exactly. There were some weather, there were some weather delays last year. Certainly, Mother Nature wasn't too kind to us at the end of the year. But now that we've had the early spring, we've been able to tackle a lot more and keep things on schedule. So now we're ready to make that switch and really have that ability to expand Verona Road. We've seen the animation videos. We've seen everything else. We're going to 3 lanes in each direction on Verona Road. So by the end of this year, we'll have those finished 3 lanes in each way, and we'll have it opened up to traffic and have that ability and enhanced mobility to get through the area.
And then looking at the ramps itself, you had already moved part of the traffic coming into town. On the other side, they've been using those ramps for quite a while, so similar feel to the other side?
Exactly right. So very similar feel. Northbound traffic's on the east side of the highway on those interchange ramps, so they'll stay there for the 2019 season. So where they were put last year in 2018 is where they will remain for 2019, and then it'll be a mirror image for the southbound direction. So essentially you're putting traffic on the perimeters of Verona Road, and again working on the core, building a bridge at Williamsburg Way, which we'll get to here, and then building 2 bridges at PD to take Verona Road traffic over McKee Road.
And I did see that the speed limits will stay at 40 miles an hour then, or is that cutting down a little bit? I'm like, I haven't drove through there in a while.
Right, so 40 miles an hour is during the work zone. When we're finished with the product, we'll have different stages of 50 to 55, and then as you head out past Quivy's Grove and those other businesses, it'll get back up to 65 miles an hour as you head toward Verona and Mount Horeb.
Perfect. All right, let's turn our attention to the bridge.
This
is the what you told me when I interviewed you about a month ago at the open house. It's an aggressive project here.
It is.
That's going to be going on, but let's start with the closures first.
Yes, so the closure of Williamsburg Way crossing Verona Road. So we're building this bridge in 3 months. If you remember back in 2013, we built the Seminole Highway Bridge over the Beltline. That was about 3 or 4 months, and that was a lot of work going on. And that was an existing footprint of a bridge with the abutments and the piers there. We're building from scratch here at Williamsburg Way. There's no previous bridge there. We're building a bridge to carry Williamsburg Way traffic over Verona Road. So starting Tuesday morning, the 23rd, we will have restrictions at Williamsburg Way and Verona Road. So if you're on Williamsburg Way and you want to make that turn to head left into Madison, you will not be able to use that movement starting Tuesday until July. So that'll be closed for the next 3 months as crews build that bridge. So there'll be a hard barrier wall there on both sides, essentially. So no left turns or through movements at the intersection for the next 3 months. You'll have to use alternate routes, whether you go down to Highway PD or you go up to Raymond Road using the other side roads in the neighborhood, in the area. So making sure that people are vigilant for those changes. And that's also left turns on Verona Road to Williamsburg Way or the East Frontage Road. So a lot of those businesses we've been working with, certainly the Verona Road Business Coalition will have signage up directing motorists how to access those businesses throughout the 3 months. But certainly people should know that right turns and right outs are still going to be permitted, as well as the through movements on Verona Road, but those left turns and crossing movements will be restricted.
Are we still looking at a signalized intersection there then at both sides?
Yes, yeah. So there'll still be signals. Really, it's for the right turn movements and then the through traffic. So you see here on the screen, we have the through movements and this right turn. So they'll still be traffic signals. So it provides enough gap and time for traffic to making that right turn movement before southbound Verona Road traffic travels through. So there'll still be signals on both sides, but again, restricted turns at that location.
Yeah, again, pretty aggressive project. Looking forward to seeing it come up. Did you guys ever arrange that the camera to?
We did. We actually just mounted it today.
Oh, right,
we just mounted it today, so we're looking at having a time-lapse camera, essentially taking 3 months of construction down to 2 minutes or less. So to show all the great work that the men and women are doing out there to essentially build that road up. First, we're going to dig down 25 feet. And then we're going to build a brand new bridge, building it back up. So again, Williamsburg Way will stay essentially where it is today with a bridge over Verona Road. So Verona Road traffic will go down 25 feet and then go over PD.
And we've talked about this too, that a lot of that fill that's there is being moved down down to the PD
right,
area.
Exactly.
So it's really been cool to see the transition again of how things all come together.
Yes.
And yeah. So again, on Monday night, stuff gets kicked off here, so be very vigilant
yes,
overnight.
very much so.
Things are going to be changing rapidly, and then plan ahead on Tuesday. I've seen you say it enough. Eliminate those distractions when you get in there. Give yourself extra time, and we're going to be out there Tuesday if everything goes as planned, and and we'll try to help people get through that.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be certainly worth the any frustrations initially, and certainly we appreciate everyone's patience as we go through this project. But the end product will definitely be worth it. The animation video that has been shared thousands of times with everyone is certainly a great idea and realization of what it's going to look like at completion of the project. But certainly there's going to be some growing pains as we get through it. Certainly the turn restrictions at Williamsburg Way that we talked about. There will also be turn lane restrictions at PD. So if you're heading south on Verona Road and want to make that left turn to eastbound McKee Road, there will be only one turn lane to make that left turn. So making sure that people are aware of that. So there will be backups, especially during morning and afternoon rush hours as people make those movements. So just be alert, like you mentioned, put down the phones, eliminate distractions. There's going to be so many changes in the work zone. It's worth every second of your attention. So we want to make sure that people remain vigilant for those changes.
All right, Steve, I appreciate the time and looking forward to having you back on the show soon.
Thank you very much, Jeremy.
All right, we'll take a quick break. You are watching Talking Fitchburg.